Do you get anxiety having been down that road before and having reported to and then ultimately gone through an M&A process? Does some of the needs of the investors give you agita, saying, crap, at some point in time I've got to fill out this data room, or I've got to do multiple data rooms for different investors, and then if I go to M&A, I've got to repeat all this and manage all those documents that they're requesting. How does that kind of play into your psyche or
Yeah,
as a
I, I think there's two different things you're talking about. One is the expectations, ongoing expectations of your investors. Um, it's really three different things you're talking about. The latter two are related. The former is not as related. So one is the ongoing transparency expectations of your investors versus the corresponding data and information you need to pull together for them versus the data and operating metric expectations of either future investors or acquirers. So, you know, um, and a lot of this depends on stage and size of company too.
yeah,
Um, you know, at the end of the day, if an acquirer comes calling or an investor wants to invest, or you need to, you're going down the fundraising path, you kind of either need to have your ducks in a row in advance of that, and or you need to be very responsive at the point the requests are being made and prioritize accordingly. And kind of a lot of other things fall by the wayside as a result. Um, if you're not fortunate enough to have all your ducks in a row leading up to that point. Um, as it relates to current investors, I guess a lot of it depends on how vested and how engaged the investors are. If they're highly invested and engaged, then you need to be on top of things, you know, reporting and process wise. If they are more passive investors for whatever reason, either because they're angels or because they've lost interest in the business for whatever reason, um, there's not as much need to be as maniacally on top of things as you would if you had, actively highly engaged investors.